All right, Shalom. Bear with me as I check this feed. Make sure the audio and everything is on point. Make sure we don't have no issues. And we'll get right into this thing. Are we good to go? All right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right, I'm back with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. All right, and I pray that this lesson is informative and also edifying. All right, this is news and prophecy. The whole world lieth in wickedness. All right. Now, in the midst of all of this news coming out, you know, like I said, the Diddy shit, the things that go on the upper echelon of Hollywood, if you will, reminding me about a few things. There's a couple of videos that I want to play here that came out like 3-4 years ago during the C-19. Okay. And I was thinking about, like, all this stuff that they doing with these jakes that are being brought down from power, these wicked ass jakes in Hollywood, things like that. They're putting Jake in the forefront to cover up themselves. All the shit that's been coming out with these Edomites, the Epstein files, Epstein Island, and all of that. Because right now, pretty much as we know it, like Diddy is like the new the Jeffrey Epstein of the rap game, basically, right? So pretty much, as I said, they're using Jake to be, the new, PEDO, the child trafficker, pretty much the face of terrorism, right? But I want to remind you of some of these things that came out a few years ago, where they tried to do damage control. Because first off, before we even get into everything, all right, we understand whose world this is. All right, pursuant to Job 9:24, Scripture said that the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so we understand who runs and who governs this world. All right, let me get that real quick. All right, this is 1 John. All right, bear with me 1 second, Salakia. Just want to pull something up here. All right, so this is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, and verse 18, and it reads, it says, "We know that whosoever is born of the Most High sinneth not, but he that is begotten of the Most High keepeth himself, and that wicked one toucheth him not." The point, 1 John 5:19, it says, "And we know that we are of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and the whole world lieth in wickedness." All right, as I always bring this scripture out, we understand that the whole world lieth in wickedness. This word for lieth here,
Strong's G 2749. Kaimai. Kaimai.
All right, that's the word for life in the Greek. The point here, down at the bottom, definition 3, it says lies in the power of the evil one, i.e. is held in subjection by the devil. All right, so according to the prophecies, all right, we understand whose world this is. This world has been given over to Satan. And this is why all these different things are coming out, as we've been talking about for the past few days, the past weeks. All right, the Lord is showing the world, all right, that the left hand side governs this planet. All right, and Esau thought he was slick. That's why when all this stuff was coming out, as I was saying, I started thinking about all these videos that came out a few years ago, and just showing how Esau tried to cover his ass. All right, Lamentations 4:21, it says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz." All right, you could tie that back to America. All right, that would be the land of Uz. All right, It says, rejoice, be glad. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. And that's what's been going on in these last days. All right. The Edomite is being revealed. He's being exposed. All his inner workings of the government, Hollywood, all right, the upper echelon of the rich, if you will. You know, the things that they do, the sacrifices, the rituals, the child trafficking, the adren to the chrome. Y'all know what we're talking about. All right, all the Satanism, all the wickedness that's being put on Front Street right now. This is the Lord making the wicked naked, the Edomite. It says, and shall make thyself naked, verse 22. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right, because another point is that, look, we're about to be delivered from captivity, man. All right, these things are happening in the end because it's about to go down. All right, the destruction of Babylon, the destruction of the wicked, all right, and the salvation of the Lord's elect. You see? So it says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So that's the point here. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Lord is allowing Esau's sins to be discovered, to be seen, which adds into that shameful spewing that should be upon his glory. Let me get one more real quick. Just add into the exposure here. All right, this is Jeremiah 49:10. And it reads, it says, but I have made Esau bare, right? But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. You see that? The inner workings of the elites, the things that they do, right? It's all being uncovered. I have uncovered his secret places, and he should not be able to hide himself. See, Esau can't run no more. He can't hide no more. You know, it says his seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, you see? So let's get into this real quick. Like I said, you know, just reading this headline here from America's First Report, it says, if Diddy Gate is real, why not Pizzagate? You see? And that's a good point. Because all of this talk, all of this distraction about Diddy nasty ass, but what about what these Edomites was doing? All right, with the Pizzagate, what's his name? Jeff Podesta, Hillary Clinton, right? All them devils, all them Jakes and Edomites alike that was tied into that. What about that? Right, but we'll come back to that. So let's get into the videos here. Like I said, we know who this world belongs to. Okay, so check this out. All right, so this is back 3 years ago, right? I'm just gonna play the first few minutes. This came out on CBS News. It says psychologist details historic ties between pandemics and extremism. Right now, and the point of this video, because even back then, 3-4 years ago, you had something called QAnon, right? Because a lot of this information that we're hearing about now today was coming out at least 3 or 4 years ago about what the trafficking, the Epstein Island, the shit that these devils was doing to kids. All right, the adren to the chrome, the sacrificing, the rituals, the enchantments, all this stuff was talked about before. But Esau, what he tried to do, anybody that believed in these so-called conspiracy theories, all right, they were tying you to the whole QAnon movement, right? Let's play this.
It has been nearly a year since former President Trump officially declared the coronavirus pandemic a national emergency. The crisis closed shops and restaurants and put millions of Americans out of work. Social distancing and mask wearing are important safety measures put in place to help us get through the pandemic. But at the same time, some experts say those stay-at-home orders that paralyze the economy are helping boost radicalization, spurring sharp turns in political beliefs and creating waves of mistrust in our government and media.
Yeah, that's what happened. See, they needed to come, they needed to control the narrative, all right? Because the people, if you will, as he said, they're losing trust in the government. They're losing trust in the government officials. You know, people don't believe what they put on the mainstream news anymore. You see? And that goes into what this place falling. Let me add on to that. I was thinking about Isaiah 19, right? Isaiah 19:2. 3 is my point, but I'll start at verse 2. This is Isaiah 19:2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And this is what we see now. All right. Americans versus other Americans. All right. And these people are divided through political beliefs, so-called religion, everything, you know. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. This is why we're living in a time of civil unrest, civil war, sedition of men. Right. My point, Isaiah 19:3, it says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Right. Making my point. All right. Everything about what made America great, you know, all of that is failing now. All right. The distrust in the government, the distrust in the system. All right. The people, you know, they can't afford to live in Babylon anymore. The working conditions, the living conditions, you know, everything about America, spiritual Egypt, is in a spirit of failure. Right. This is why he said, going back, you know, let's play it again and we'll run it through. But there's a lot of distrust of the people, you know, towards this government and this system. Let's play it back real quick. We'll play it through.
See, the crisis closed shops and restaurants and put millions of Americans out of work. Social distancing and mask wearing are important safety measures put in place to help us get through the pandemic. But at the same time, some experts say those stay-at-home orders that paralyze the economy are helping boost radicalization, spurring sharp turns in political beliefs and creating waves of mistrust in our government and media. To help us better understand the mentality behind these behaviors, we're joined by Ari Krugolensky. He's a distinguished university professor in the Department of Psychology at the University of Maryland. So explain, Professor, why pandemics specifically help to create more radical ways of thought. And what can you tell us about the types of people that generally fall prey to this phenomenon? I note that back during the Spanish influenza crisis of 1918, 1919, that there were anti-maskers even back then.
Yes, well, what the pandemic does, it contains multiple stressors. The stress to health, the stress to relations with close others, the huge economic stresses that exist. And what all of these stressors do is reduce people's sense of significance and mattering. It disempowers people. It makes them feel fragile and weak. And under those conditions, they are very vulnerable to narratives that promise them the restoration of their significance. And many of the extremist narratives do just that. They identify an enemy that presumably is responsible in some way for their misfortune, for their suffering, and they identify a method, what needs to be done, in other words, to fight that enemy and to therefore become important and empowered.
Boom. So this is the point that I wanted to make here, because I remember watching this story 3 years ago, and they put this in the screen, right? Which kind of, you know, set off that light bulb, so to speak. But it says here, it says nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults said they believe Satan-worshiping, child-enslaving elites seek to control politics and media. All right. So they put this out there. You know, this is a way of them trying to quell, you know, the information that's going out, because we live in a time of exposure. Right. And this is how you know that this word, all right, the truth is really rocking these devils, because why would they put something like this on the screen? Letting you know that, hey, like it tells you, Isaiah 13, that this word is going up to the gates of the nobles, man. So when I saw this, I was like, man, you know, they did. Matter of fact, let me add on to that real quick, because this is true. All right. That's why the scriptures say, before I make the point in my next clip, you know, just want to just put everybody in remembrance of this, because Esau ain't slick. Right? He's done. Is Ephesians 6:10, it says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, right? The wiles of the devil, going back to his deceit. All right, his wicked devices, his trickery, man. This is what he's going to come with. All right. it says the point, verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, all right, spirits, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see that? So the battle is against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. And like I said earlier, we understand who this world belongs to. And that spiritual wickedness in high places goes back to what? The elites, man. The bankers. And these are the things that they do on the left-hand side, man. Because this is how you know it was real bad back then, because I'm gonna play this, right? Because I remember they aired this on CNN. This guy right here, it says, former QAnon supporter to Cooper, I apologize for thinking you ate babies, right? Look at this this damage control that they put out here, man. So let's play this too, just to add on to the point. You know, they didn't put this on TV for no reason, you know? Let me see.
Hers can help you achieve your weight loss goals through.
Let this pass. Okay, we just want to make some quick points. You know, because like I said, the world is fully aware that the left hand governs this world, man.
A conspiracy theory that's driven Republican politics and whose followers participate in the attack on the Capitol. It's the subject of a new CNN special report that we've been working on. It's called Inside the QAnon Conspiracy. It airs tomorrow night, traces the movement's beginnings through the present moment. It's also something of a personal project. The QAnon fringe has previously focused on me and a bunch of other reporters, as well as many other public figures, as somehow being responsible for some of their more outlandish, should we say, and bizarre conspiracies. I was also called a pedophile. Phony flight logs purported to be from convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's airplane appeared online with my name and dozens of other well-known people. It's all made up, of course, but QAnon supporters seem to believe it, or at least use it to try to harass me. Jatarth Jadeja was a believer until June 2019. Did you at the time believe that high-level Democrats and celebrities were worshiping Satan, drinking the blood of children?
Anderson, I thought you did that.
You hear this, right? You see, there's a reason why they put this out there, man. This is the damage control. This is them trying to control the narrative here, man. All right. This information, as we said, is common knowledge. All right. Everybody knows about the rituals, the enchantments, the things that they do on the left-hand side, Hollywood. All right. The occult practices. You see? And apparently there is no crime against that. This is why these people, they commit these acts and they get away. Scriptures talk about let me get that real fast. In Psalm 73. All right, this was on live TV, man. You know, Psalm 73 in verse 4, and it reads, it says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. All right, Esau has the power over the planet. He's the one that's in rulership. Verse 5, Psalm 73, verse 5, it says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, right? Because Esau, he's in the power seat. All right, he's not in trouble as other men. He has the immunity, right? He hasn't really been brought to justice yet. This is why he's able to do these things that we've been hearing about and get away, such as the Epstein island and many other things that have been exposed coming from the upper echelons of this man's system. All right, but he's not in trouble as other men. Right? Let's go back.
The QAnon supporters seem to believe it, or at least use it to try to harass me. Jatarth Jadeja was a believer until June 2019. Did you at the time believe that high-level Democrats and celebrities were worshiping Satan, drinking the blood of children?
Anderson, I thought you did that. And I would like to apologize for that right now. So I apologize for thinking that you ate babies. But yeah, 100%.
You actually believe that I was drinking the blood of children?
Yes, I did.
Was it something about me that made you think that?
It's because Q specifically mentioned you, and he mentioned you very early on. He mentioned you by name, and from there, if he also talked about, like, for example, like your family. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, like, people still talk about that to this day. There were posts about that just 4 days ago. So some people thought you were a robot.
You really believe this?
I didn't just believe that. I, at one stage, believed that QAnon was part of military intelligence, which is what he says. But on top of that, the people behind them were actually a group of fifth dimensional, intradimensional, extraterrestrial, bipedal bird aliens called blue avians.
Right. So the point is that anybody that believes this, they're going to tie you to being fucking crazy. All right. But we in the know, in the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Shai, know exactly this is what they do. All right. This is what they do to maintain power on that left-hand side, man. All right. So this is not a conspiracy, as they would like to say. All right. This is the real deal. That's why, as all this stuff dealing with Diddy nasty ass was coming out, I was thinking about that. Esau is really trying to cover up his tracks. All right. He's really trying to keep people's minds distracted off what's really going on. Okay. Because a Diddy is just a minute thing on a bigger scale. Okay. See, Diddy is just a puppet for the elites, right alongside with the rest of these lower level celebrities, if you will, man. All right. But this is the power, if you will, that controls the world on the left-hand side. These devils deal directly with Satan, man. All right. It's all biblical at the end of the day. Matter of fact, let me go back. Did I finish that off? Let's finish this off real quick. So Ephesians 6:12, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And this is what these devils do. All right. Going back to the elites of Esau, the bankers, all right, the so-called satanic families, all right, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, all right, the families that we know and that we don't know. All right. This is the governing entity, if you will, over the planet. All right. It says, verse 13, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand." That's why you got to be fully equipped with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in Yahweh Shem Shai, because this devil's getting ready to come with it. Right. "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you should be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked." Right. So you got to be fully equipped, is the point, man, with the spirit of the Lord in these times, especially. Right. So going back to my point here. Okay. So with that being said from that video, let's go here. So back to what we had in the beginning. It says, if Diddygate is real, why not Pizzagate, right? Because this was something that was damn near what, 8-9 years ago, I want to say, right? But just jumping down here, it says, Salaki, where was it at? So it says in its initial article that Ashley, the Times made the unsourced claim that QAnon has asserted that the 2020 presidential election was stolen by an elite Satan worshiping cabal, and that it was up to ordinary people to reinstate Mr. Trump. The point, it says, in fact, the Q phenomenon does have a strong association with Pizzagate, with the reputed high-level ring of pedophiles that involves most prominently John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign chair. Now, for those that remember, when this information came out about Pizzagate, it was a big deal, man. You know, but nobody was really speaking up about it, man, and they were able to sweep it under the rug. And it was the same thing they did with the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Okay, because this is what they do, man. All right, the whole adren to the chrome, the sacrifice, the rituals, the enchantments. This is what they do on the left-hand side. I'm gonna get that in a second, but I want to read this. It says trending politics news. This is back in May 30 of 2023. It says breaking never before seen documents reveal Epstein's tight relationships with major American figures. All right, everybody's in on this thing. Is the point. All right, your celebrities, your athletes, your politicians, your major banking CEOs. All right, these devils that own these top Fortune 500 companies, they're all in on it. It's just one big ass, cult, if you will, Babylonian cult. All right, and this is what they have to do to get down. They're all tied into the trafficking, all of the shit that you've been hearing about as of lately, man. It says newly released documents have indeed shed further light on the extensive network of influential individuals connected to Jeffrey Epstein. The files obtained include personal numbers and email addresses and provide details about his relationships with various high-profile individuals. That demon, what's his name? Anderson Cooper tried to say that all of this was fake. Right? It says the late financier, infamous for his sex trafficking operation, had a network that crossed borders, industries, and even royal families. The documents procured from Epstein's estate by the U.S. Virgin Islands government during its investigation provide an alarming insight into Epstein's relationships with the world's elite. Okay, as we went into the lesson the other day, who was all involved in Diddy's freak off parties. Even said high profile elite were there that were involved. So it says they provide an alarming insight into Epstein's relationships with the world's elite, even after his sex offender registration. Among the powerful figures, Epstein had links with British royalty and several notable Americans, according to the documents obtained by Daily Mail. Right? And I'll finish it off here. It says Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, was a frequent name of Epstein circles. Epstein reportedly used Duke's name in attempts to persuade J.P. Morgan to let him serve as an intermediary for affluent clients. See? The rich. It says records show, right, and it also came out too with J.P. Morgan, I want to say Bank of America. They had to make a big payout to some of the victims that were caught up in the trafficking. See? So this is all on the record. It says records also show efforts to arrange meetings with Sarah Ferguson, suggesting financial discussions between the Duchess of York and Epstein, man. So it's all out there, man. And like I said, I don't want this lesson to be too long, but you brothers and sisters out there that's tuning in, you get it, man. All right. The whole world, life, and wickedness. And we're in a time of Esau's exposure. And these are the things that they do. One more point. All right. Just adding on to what I just brought out, it says FBI hiding potentially explosive records on Jeffrey Epstein, man. So it's all out there, man. The flight log, the people that was involved, Jake, Esau, everybody is in on it, man. And these are the things that they do, right? Wisdom of Solomon 12. And it reads, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, and it reads, it says, for thy incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore, chasten thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness, that they may believe on thee, O Lord Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 3 says, For it was thy will to destroy the hands of our fathers. Salaki, for it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, going into the Canaanites. All right. And this is what they were doing. Verse 4, whom thou hatest for doing the most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. Right. This is what they were doing. Right. Odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, man. Sacrificing children. All right. To these different particular gods, these idols. And it's the same thing that Esau's doing. The elites, the Hollywood, all of this information is coming out, right? Because these wicked acts are all tied back to particular idols, man. This is how they get that power on the left hand side, all right? This is how they get the riches and the fame, You see, it says, and also those merciless murders of children. All right, as you heard Anderson Cooper talking to the guy saying, "Oh, you thought I ate babies and all this stuff," but this is what they do. And you had numerous celebrities that came out on the record exposing how the inner workings of Hollywood, the shit that they had to do to obtain the fame, you know, to get the money. All right, sacrifice children, loved ones, parents, drinking blood, bending over. All right, worshiping Satan, as you see. Right, let me pull that up before I read on. Okay, where is it at? Let me see. I had it pulled up here. Right. Yeah, I saw this today too. It says, who runs the music industry? And there's a reason why all these damn artists are all demonic, man. All the videos are demonic. All the fucking, you know, Masonic imagery, satanic imagery in the videos, right? Them dressing in all red, the devil horns, the signs that they put up, man. All right. So like I said, who's really in power here, man? Right? This is all common knowledge. This ain't no secret. This ain't no goddamn conspiracy. This is the truth. Right? But what Esau tried to do is he tried to cover it up. He tried to control the narrative. Right? Because hey, this information is just too thick. It's too hot. You know? But finishing it out, going back to what they do, Wisdom of Solomon 12:5, it says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh, right? Cannibalism, right? The stuff that's come out about how these devils, you know, they eat people and shit like that. Same thing that Ham was doing, these Canaanites was doing. Devourers of men's flesh and the feast of blood. Yeah, the adren to the chrome. All right, the drinking of blood. You see, it says, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. Right. So just like them Canaanites was doing, because this is the reason why they got purged out of the land. It's the same thing that Esau's doing in the upper echelons of Hollywood, the elites, your politicians, anybody that has, you know, so-called a power on his side, man. All right. These are the things that they have to do. So this ain't no secret, man. Right? This ain't no mystery, man. This is just what it is. It's the truth. This is why the Lord has to come and destroy this fucking place, man. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. Right? Meaning to be exposed. The cup of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on that glory. See that? So this is all part of the shameful spewing that's being spewed out upon Esau's glory. All right. See, the world is seeing America for what it truly is. Okay. Satan runs this world, man. Satan runs America. All right. These people that have the power deal with the devil. Right. It's not a shock to us. We already know these things. I'm just doing this video to pretty much, you know, shine light on the madness. Okay, because there's a reason why, like I said, they put this out there. Right? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. He's gonna do what he can to try to control the narrative, right? So that's the shameful spewing that's upon his glory, man. And everybody across the world is seeing this shit, man. You know, you can't hide no more. Right? Let's grab this too. Straight to the point. This is Revelation 18 and 13. All right, because this chapter is dealing with the destruction of Babylon. All right, but I just want to get straight to the point for the sake of time. Revelation 18 and 13, it says, in cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves, right? And souls of men. Okay. So slavery is still going on in America, man. This is just going by another name, which is called child trafficking, which is a $10 billion plus industry for Babylon, man. All right. All these kids go missing. Hundreds of thousands of kids go missing every year. Right. And all this technology these devils have, you mean to tell me they can't find these kids? The reason why is because what? The whole system is in on it. Everybody's in on it. You see, your favorite Jake celebrities, Edomite celebrities, your politicians, presidents, your elitists, they're all in on this shit, man. It's one big ass conspiracy, if you will. Right? But that's why we read in Ephesians, the 6th chapter, that we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, so now you get it. You see? Let me get one more if I move on to my next point. You know, and I pray I'm not all over the place, but I just wanted to, you know, I was just thinking about all of this as all this P Diddy shit is coming out, man. You know? This is Joel chapter 3, verse 3. It says, then they have cast lots for my people and given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. So this is what Esau's been doing since we were brought over here as slaves. Right? And it's the same thing that's going on now, man. They have given a boy for a harlot. What is a harlot? A prostitute. Basically a sex slave, man. Right? Same shit that's still going on today. And sold a girl for wine that they might drink, man. So all of this is happening. The trafficking, all of this, it never stopped. Okay? Everything that's going on is biblical. It's prophecy. Right? Anyway, yeah, so that was the point there. All right. So once again, let's pull this back up. You know, right now it's coming out of all your favorite celebrities are nothing but faggots and weirdos, man. All right, that are in allegiance with the devil, with Satan, man. Okay, and that goes back to what the spirit has been bringing out about these niggas making that covenant with death. Let's make that point real quick too. Right. So this is Isaiah 28:14. It says, wherefore hear the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem. It says, because you have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell. Excuse me. It says, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Yeah, going back to them deals, them contracts that these niggas made with the with these Amalekites. You know, that these deals that these niggas made with Satan. All right, for the fame, for the money, the things they had to do to keep the fame. Right, the rituals, the enchantments, the sacrifices, the feasting of men's blood. You know. That's part of it, man. That all the so-called success that these niggas have came with a price, man. Right? You had to sell out. You had to sell your soul. See? We have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are at agreement. With the overflowing scourge when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Right? The point, verse 18, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled. Right? Let's look that word up real quick. Disannulled. Right? Your covenant with death shall be disannulled. All right? That word disannul going into annul or cancel. You see that? That contract, that covenant you made with these devils is being canceled. And now you're being spewed out. You're being cast out. Look at Diddy. All right? Look at the rest of these celebrities that's either getting thrown in prison or getting put to death. All right? Ultimately, they're being judged. Isaiah 28:18, it says, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then you should be trodden down by it. And that's what we're seeing right now, dealing with the stars of heaven falling, man. All these Jake celebrities are pretty much being brought down. Because like the scriptures tell us in Micah 2 and verse 10, that this place is not our rest. All right. See, when Jake gets beside himself and thinks that he going to start, you know, being on the same level as Esau, that's when Esau brings these niggas down. Right? Because right now you're seeing Esau is just getting rid of niggas, man. Really, it's Yahweh Shemel Shai. But the point is that these niggas are no longer needed. All right. You served your purpose by being a wicked ass nigga, you know, pushing the pushing the drugs and the adultery and the fucking gang lifestyle upon our people. You know, so you were used for your purpose, and now Esau don't need you no more. He's cast you to a side. You know, and that's what's happening to these Jakes. All right. Now they're going to be judged, man. That's why I said, hey, you know, the scriptures say, if a man gained the whole world, you know, how does it go? Matter of fact, let me pull it up. Gain the whole world and lose his soul. You know, was it worth it at the end of the day? You know, Matthew 16 and verse 26, it says, for what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what it says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Nothing, man. Right? See, the thing is, all these celebrities, you know, they received their constellation on this side, man. You know, they're in their heaven right now, man. That's why when the Lord comes back to judge them, that's it. All right? These 2/3 niggas are going to be destroyed, man. You see? So that's what happens, man. Hey, when you let me get that in Sirach, the 10th chapter too. Just thinking out loud. You know, what is that? Sirach 10 and Sirach 10 and 9, and it reads, or Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 9, it says, why is earth and ashes proud? All right, we're nothing but dust to the Most High, man. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. And that's the spirit that's out here, man. You know, you can't have enough. You know, you want everything. You want the whole world. You want what the next man have. You know, nobody's content. There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such as one setteth his own soul to sell. Because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels, and your bowels go back to your morals. All right, your morals and integrity. Right? Pull that up. You see the pity and kindness, right? Bowels, you know. So you have to pretty much, you have to sell out, man. You have to sell out. You have to get rid of your morals and integrity, man. Right? That's why all these Jake celebrities are bugged the hell out. You know, all this so-called success comes with a price. Understand that, man. It wasn't through fucking hard work. Right? In order to gain this world, you got to submit to Satan, man. Is the point. So once again, that's why all of this information is coming out, man. All right? Because Esau's being exposed. And after his exposure is going to come what? The destruction from the Lord, man. All right? And you wicked niggas out there included. All right? So that's pretty much the point. I'll leave it there. Like I said, I didn't want to be too all over the place. But you brothers and sisters out there tuning in, you get it. All right, Esau can't hide himself. It's all out there, man. They're trying to get you distracted. They're trying to keep your mind off what's really going on, the people that really have the power. All right, you know, because all of this is just it's all organized. Everybody's involved. You see? So this is pretty much the point, man. All right. They just want to keep your mind off what really matters. All right. These devils in high positions of power, this is what they do. It's how they commune on the left-hand side. And like I said, the world is seeing now that the left hand, you know, ultimately governs this world, you know. So that's pretty much it. I'll leave it there. You know, I pray that this quick lesson was edifying to the church out there, you know. I'm going to close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, is pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. Hey, shalom.